Have you ever wondered how the world's largest democracy, India, was born? Our story begins in the year 1947, when the Indian subcontinent, after centuries of foreign rule, finally grasped independence. With this newfound freedom, the nation faced the daunting task of forging its own path. A path that led to the creation of a constitution, a guiding light for the nation, adopted in 1950. This constitution declared India a sovereign, socialist, secular, and democratic republic, setting a strong foundation for the world's largest democracy. The following year, 1951 to be precise, marked the initiation of a democratic experiment of unprecedented scale. The first general elections were held, an undertaking fraught with challenges, yet brimming with promise. Against the backdrop of a diverse and largely illiterate population, conducting such a colossal event was a feat in itself. Thus began the journey of democratic India, an experiment like no other. Now imagine navigating a ship as large as India through the unpredictable waters of democracy. In the mid-70s, the ship of Indian democracy sailed into a storm. The year was 1975, and Prime Minister Indira Gandhi imposed a state of emergency. For 21 months, civil liberties were suspended and the press was censored. This period, marked by political unrest and constitutional changes, was a significant test of India's democratic resilience. The storm didn't end there. The 80s brought about another major blow. In 1984, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi was assassinated, creating a power vacuum and destabilizing the political landscape. This event marked a turning point in Indian politics, leading to a period of instability and the rise of regional parties. As the 90s dawned, the ship of Indian democracy found itself navigating a new course. The era of single-party dominance was over, and the age of coalition politics began. It was a time of alliances, power-sharing, and compromise. Despite the complexities, this era highlighted the inherent strength and flexibility of Indian democracy. But democracy isn't just about national politics. It's also about empowering the smallest units of governance. Recognizing this, India passed the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments in 1993. These amendments reinforced democracy at the grassroots level, enabling local self-governance in rural and urban areas. They mandated the reservation of seats for women and marginalized communities, ensuring that the democratic process was inclusive and representative. Through these milestone events, the ship of Indian democracy has weathered storms and adjusted its course. It has seen times of turmoil and times of triumph. It has navigated the complexities of coalition politics and embraced the empowerment of local governance. These events, both triumphant and tumultuous, shaped the Indian democratic landscape. In the 21st century, how has India's democracy evolved? The dawn of the new millennium has witnessed a transformative shift in India's democratic landscape. The political arena has become more inclusive, with an increased participation of women and marginalized communities. These voices, once silenced, are now echoing in the halls of power, shaping policies and influencing decisions. Parallelly, the digital revolution has left its imprint on the democratic process. Technology has streamlined elections, making them more transparent and efficient. It has also fostered a new era of e-governance, enabling a more direct dialogue between the government and its citizens. However, the journey is not without its hurdles. The pressing need for electoral reforms, the menace of money and muscle power in politics, and the growing political polarization pose significant challenges to the health of this democracy. Yet despite these obstacles, the spirit of democracy persists. Contemporary Indian democracy is a vibrant, dynamic, and evolving entity. So, what does this journey through time tell us about Indian democracy? Our voyage began with the genesis of Indian democracy, a marvel of its time, born out of the ashes of colonial rule. A constitution was drafted, the largest democracy in the world was born, and a nation took its first steps towards self-governance. We then walked through the major milestones, each one a testament to the strength and resilience of Indian democracy. From the first general elections to the landmark legislations, These milestones were not just events, but turning points that shaped the country's destiny. In the contemporary era, Indian democracy continues to evolve, reflecting the nation's diversity and dynamism. Despite numerous challenges, it has remained resilient, adapting to changing times and upholding the principles of justice, liberty, and equality. India's democracy, with its myriad hues and complexities, continues to be a beacon of hope for nations around the world.